Hello everybody, this is Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty, and I am back with a brand new video for you today. We are working on Farmhouse Decor, which is something I love so much. And these three pieces are very simple and easy to do. I'm just going to be using this chalk paint. I have the apple barrel in matte white, and I have the Hello Hobby in slate gray. I have these gray beads that I got from Walmart. Had them in my stash. I have these neutral colored beads from Hobby Lobby from my stash. I have this leftover Easter sign from Dollar Tree, and I already took all the paper off of it. I used my ribbon spool because it was the right size for what I want to do. It was large enough. So I took my ribbon spool and I just traced around it, got my two circles. And now you see me taking my X-Acto knife and I'm just going to cut this board in half. Then I'm going to take my wire cutters and cut around those circles. After I do that, I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and smooth out those rough edges. And then I'll take my Gator sander and smooth them out even more, giving us a nice, smooth, round shape. I'd like to take this time to say thank you so much to all my new subscribers. Thank you for choosing Dee's Cute and Crafty. I hope you like my content enough to stick around. If you do, hit that notification bell, subscribe, and become part of the Cute and Crafty family. I would love to have you here. And for all my ride or dies that have been with me for a while, you know who you are, and I love you so much. Thank you for your love and support, and thank you for coming back. Now that I've got my pieces all cut out nice and smooth, I'm going to go in with that um, slate. I want to say chalk paint, but it's not. It's acrylic. At least I think it's acrylic. I don't know, you guys. It's been a little crazy around here. I'm not sure what kind of paint it is. It's gray. We're going to use that gray paint and get those two rounds painted. And then I'm also going to take it and paint those beads. I just put the beads on the bottom of a paintbrush and painted them, set it to the side to let it dry. And while we're waiting on that, I'm going to take my apple barrel in matte white and give this a heavy dry brush and sand it down with my gator. Now that that's done, I am going to take my beads that I got from Walmart. I just made a little necklace, so to speak. I just used the cording that was already provided with those beads to just give me a nice round beaded form. And I'm just measuring it out to see if it fits. It's a little bit bigger than I want it to be. So I'm going to remove some of those beads. Then I'll just retie it and I will tuck those beads into, or tuck the beads. I will tuck the cording into the beads after I've retied it so that I can hide the white cording. And then I'm just going to adhere these beads to my wood round with hot glue for video purposes only, really, because if you want this to have a lasting effect, you want this to stay on there and to not fall off, you really need to use wood glue. I'm using hot glue again for video purposes for that quick hold, but if you want this to last, go ahead and put your beads down with wood glue. So I'm just going to run that circle of hot glue down and then put my beads on that. And then I'm going to run another circle of hot glue on top of those beads and add my second wood round. I will then take my painted beads and put them on the bottom to give this riser. Yes, we're making a riser for our candle. Give this riser a little bit of lift, and this is done. It was quick and it is easy and it's really super cute. It can be customized to any color that you guys want. Anything that matches in your home is what you would want to do, and it's easily put together. Very inexpensive. There she is, all done. And here is finished DIY number one. How cute is that? Very simple. I love it. I hope you guys do too. Is it my favorite of the three that I'm going to show you today? No, it is not. But if you'd like to know which one is my favorite from the three that I'm going to show you today, you're going to have to keep watching. As always, comment down below. Let me know which one is your favorite as well. I would love to hear from you. Moving on to DIY number two. You guys, I have no idea why I'm just sitting here chilling and I'm not getting into DIY. I think it was because this was going to be my intro DIY and I changed it up and I did the other one first. But anyway, I have another one of those large ribbon spools that I'm going to be using. I have one of the plastic Dollar Tree plant trays, the same white paint by Apple Barrel, and about four, maybe five of those nautical cords. So I'm just going to take this nautical cord and coil it. I want to just keep going around and around and around as you see me doing here until I get what looks like it could actually be a coaster. I've seen YouTubers make coasters out of this nautical cord before, but we're not going to make a coaster. We definitely are not doing that with this today. So I just keep coiling it until I get the size that I need, and I make two of these. And I'm putting my spool on there just to see if it's the size I want. Everything looks good. So now I'm going to take some more of that nautical cord and I'm going to cover the spool. Just going to keep going around until I get it all covered. Again, very simple, very easy to do. I love bringing you guys DIYs that anybody can do at home. And this is such a high-end looking DIY. I love it. So now that I've got my spool all covered, or my ribbon spool, I'm just going to hot glue those two pieces on, one on each end. And this is going to be our pedestal because we're going to make a decorative bowl. I love how this turned out. Just hot gluing those two pieces down. And I'm burning off all the little nautical fuzzies, all of those little pieces that look like hair. You can cut them off with your scissors. I just burn them off. Going to set that to the side, and we are going to cover this plant. I guess it's a plant bowl or dish or something like that. If you were going to do something with succulents, this is what you would use. But we're going to make a nice decorative bowl that sits on a pedestal. Going to take that same nautical cord and we're going to start covering this bowl. Please be sure if you have a heat gun that has a low heat setting, use the low heat setting so you don't melt your bowl. If you don't have a gun with a low heat setting, then just use your hot glue very sparingly. Don't use it. Don't put thick amounts of hot glue. Just use a little bit. So I took my little pedestal, put it in the center of my bowl, and I went around it with a Sharpie marker so that I would know where to sit the pedestal. Because after I go around and around and around with this nautical cord, I might kind of lose placement. So I did that so I wouldn't. I'm focusing more on putting that glue on the nautical rope more so than actually on the plastic bowl. Now, before I finish my nautical rope, before I completely go all the way around, I want to place that centerpiece or that pedestal because that is going to allow me to tuck that rope in around the pedestal, and that's going to make it adhere even better. So I'm just tucking that in, pushing that down around that pedestal. The inside looks a little rough, but we're going to paint it. You guys, if you don't want to paint it, you can actually use this for I would only put fruit in it. I wouldn't put anything in there. I wouldn't put food in it. But this is plastic and it has no chemicals or anything on it that would hurt your fruit if you use this as a fruit bowl. But you can't cover the inside if you're going to use it as a fruit bowl. You can't paint it. If you do, you'd have to seal it with something that was food safe. But it's kind of rough on the inside. So I'm going to paint mine. My intention was never for this to be for food. It's strictly decorative. So I'm painting the inside of mine. But just a thought, if you wanted to put fruit in it, you could leave that plastic as is, but it looks a little rough. So I painted the inside of my decorative bowl, and then I looked at it and thought, you know what, let's kick this up a notch. I went in my stash and I grabbed some of my Dollar Tree beads, and I am going to hot glue them around the edge of this bowl. And the one good thing about this is that you already have that nautical cord there. So hot gluing the beads to the nautical cord actually works out really well. I'm getting rid of the beads that I don't need. And then I'll just cut that cord. I'll cut that jute cord off and tuck it down inside those beads. And how cute is she? Here is finished DIY number 2, you guys. I had to go in and give it a dry brush with that white paint to give it that rustic farmhouse distress look that I love so much. And then I styled it with some of the Dollar Tree decorative balls. You guys can spray paint this or leave it natural, whatever you choose to do. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I hope you will recreate it. Moving on to DIY number 3, I have this chicken wire from Dollar Tree, some of the new burlap flowers this year from Dollar Tree. This rooster is new from Dollar Tree this year. Also that wreath round, brand new this year. Some tumbling tower blocks, 4 of the little Scrabble blocks. All of this is Dollar Tree, and all of these beautiful farmhouse fabrics from Dollar Tree as well. I'm going to start out with my apple barrel white paint and give these 2 tumbling tower blocks a coat of that paint, and then I'm going to dry brush the rooster in the white paint. Yes, you guys, this one is my favorite, my absolute hands down. I'm in love with this one, favorite of the 3 that I will be showing you today. It came out so cute, and I am very happy with it. So now I'm going to take my chicken wire and I am just going to staple it down. Just go all the way around. You're going to have to staple all the way around just to make sure everything lays flat. And then I pull it tight and staple it on the other side and the top and the bottom, the whole thing. Then I go in with my wire cutters and I cut off everything I don't need. Now I'm going to take my rooster and hot glue it and wood glue it to the wreath round. My wood glue is giving me a hard time. It's not coming out, but I know there's glue in there. So I'm just going to use a skewer stick and apply it that way. Sorry, I'm not in frame. I'm trying. I have so much going on right now, you guys. It is absolutely crazy. So now that I've got my rooster attached, and I don't know where the footage went for the word home that's on the rooster, I took my Scrabble blocks, and because I could not find, I didn't have actually the blocks I needed for the word home, all I did was flip them over and I wrote in Sharpie marker, HOME, because I didn't have the ones I wanted. So I made the ones I wanted, and then I attached them to that rooster. Now you see I'm just taking my fabric and I just ripped some scraps, just ripped and ripped scraps and scraps of fabric so that I can tie them onto the side of this wreath. And actually it's not even a door wreath. This is a standalone piece. This stands up. You could make it a door wreath if you want it, but I wanted something that could stand on its own. And I didn't bother about painting the wood wreath. I left it in its natural color because it picked up on the color on the bottom of that rooster. If you look at the bottom of it, you can see the stand of it was the same color brown, and I liked that, so I left it. And I knew I was going to be using the burlap flowers to tie in to the brown, and that's why I didn't paint it. You could definitely paint it. You could spray paint it. You could dry brush it. It's limitless what you could do to that wreath round. But for my farmhouse country look that I am enjoying right now, I decided to just leave it. So here you see me playing around with my burlap flowers, trying to figure out how I want them to sit, where I want them to go. And I'm removing some of the fabric that I put on so that I can actually hot glue the burlap flowers directly to the wreath form and not on top of the ribbon. So you guys, as I said, I have so much going on, and I am reaching out to you and I'm asking for prayer. It is not for me. It is for a family member. My girls are fine, thank you, Jesus. But it is for a very dear family member, and I'm asking for prayer. They're in the hospital now. They are fighting, fighting. They're not out of the woods. They're fighting to be here, and I am a true believer that prayer changes things. Call upon the name of the Lord in earnest and honest and sincere prayer, and it moves mountains. So, all of my prayer warriors that watch my channel, if you're out there and you're listening, please send prayers, send light, send positivity and good vibes my way, because my family right now could really use them. And I thank you in advance. I thank you for the healing. I thank you for the miracle that God is currently working. Thank you so much. Now, back to the DIY. I'm still tying my little fabric pieces on, you guys. I don't know why I left all that in, but there it is. So I'm tying all my little fabric pieces on, and then I will go back and put my flowers on. This part was kind of like all over the place. Again, like I said, I'm trying to keep up with my videos. They do keep me busy, so I don't focus on every little minute detail of what is going on with my family member right now, because it's stressful. So I craft. That is my release. And so even though I may craft chaotically right now, and it is quite chaotic, you should see my craft room. It still keeps my mind busy, and I love being here with you guys. So just bear with me if this video seems a little out of character for me. I am truly doing the best I can. So now I'm just going to go in and cut off all these little extra pieces, because I don't want them super long. When they're long, they just flop around. But when you cut them kind of short, they puff up and they stand up, and it looks more put together that way. I have no idea what I'm doing. I think I'm just fluffing and cutting, and I'm out of frame again, but bear with me. There we go. Now you can see it. It is super cute. It really is. And here is DIY number 3, all done, and my absolute favorite. How cute is she? It screams farmhouse, from the chicken wire to the rooster to the colors to the burlap. Adorable. Absolutely adorable. Here's everything I've made for you guys today. It was hard to choose a favorite. It really was. It was going to either be my pedestal bowl or my home sign, and the home sign truly stole my heart. I think it is so pretty, and I love it. You guys, if you like this content and you'd like to see more from me, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Give this video a big fat thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you are enjoying my content. It makes me stay in the algorithm so they keep pushing me out so more people can see it. And I get new subscribers, new family members, and it helps my channel grow. And I can keep putting out content for you guys. I love it so much. You guys have no idea how much you bless me every time you're here. Thank you so much for that. You guys, until I see you in my next video, be blessed, stay safe, and I hope I've inspired you to craft something beautiful today. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.